You got to be willing to put yourself out there. You got to be willing to fail. You got to be willing to try because that's how we grow into the highest, grandest expression of ourselves. We just looked at this last week about being professional failures, about failure is how you get to success. The consistency of doing something over and over again that you're not necessarily good at, that's changing you. It's causing you to become different. That process we have to actively engage in if we want to design our ideal life. Like we have to, it's why I encourage you guys to constantly push yourself out of your comfort zone. I know that sounds like such a cliche at this time because you hear over and over again, step out of your comfort zone, push yourself out of your comfort zone. But it's really true. Our lives are designed for comfort. So the more that we're intentional about doing things that are uncomfortable to us, doing the things that just they have this level of discomfort, we don't necessarily want to do them. Those are the best things for us. The best things for your relationship, the best things in your health, in your spiritual life, in your financial life, in your business. Those are the best things. I wrote down a couple things. Practice who you want to become. Are you practicing who you want to become, or are you practicing who you've been? It's important as we end this year. You're heading into 2026. Most people want to do something, be something, feel something, experience something different next year than they did this year. This year was right, it's wrapping up, and we're going to look back and say, man, I wish I would have changed this, or this could have been different, or I just want to have this. So we have these things that we want to get to. Now the question is, are we practicing who that person is, or are we practicing the person we've always been? Because more of the same equals more of the same. If you hear yourself saying a lot, that's who I am, that's how it is, that's who I am, right? We're practicing a person of the past versus what are the qualities, what are the characteristics, what are the traits of the person you want to become. If the person that you want to become is financially free, what traits, characteristics, habits, mindsets do you think a person like that has if it's not you, if you're not financially free? What thoughts, mindsets, habits, systems do they have in place? And can you copy those now? Can you practice those things now before you get to the financial freedom? For the person that is supremely healthy, that fully in their health life, have their health exactly where they want it. What qualities, characteristics, thoughts, mindsets, habits are they practicing? If that's who you believe you're going to be, are you practicing that person? Are you practicing the characteristics? Remember, we have to be able to experience it in our mind before we can see it on the physical plane. It has to be up here first. Our internal world creates the external world. So are you practicing the person you want to become? Important thoughts. That presupposes you know who you want to become. Back to that vision. Back to, is it written down? Do you have your vision written down? Do you know the woman you want to be? Do you know the man you want to be? Can you foresee what that looks like? Have you written it down? And then are we practicing who that person is? Are we practicing the mindsets that it takes to be that person, whatever that looks like? Success leaves clues. So if you already know what that person is, you can start to practice those things. I wrote down knowing yourself, being confident, becoming confident, knowing oneself, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. To know oneself, actual self-actualization is our highest need. So how well do you know yourself? How well do you know that future version of yourself? How confident are you in your day to day? How confident are you to move about this life and ask for the things you want and know that you're in alignment with the things that you right that's in your vision, your goals, those types of things. That's how you become more confident. Keeping those small promises you make to yourself, but showing up every day intentionally, knowing yourself. Hard work. Hard work. We can't put anything past the hard work side. Yes, many of us are learning to work smarter and not just harder, but there you have to know that the basis of getting to the life that you want is hard work. The basis of getting to great health is hard work. The basis of getting to a great relationship is hard work. The basis of getting financially free, hard work. All of it comes down to a work ethic. I could have pulled that up in our text, 177 mental toughness secrets, because that's one of them, right? World class has great work ethic or whatever the title is. But I want to challenge all of you. What's your work ethic like? As we wrap up this year, head into 2026, do you need to improve your work ethic? Are you working as hard as you possibly can? Are you working too hard? Do you think you give too much? Where do you feel like you fall on your work ethic? And more importantly, your work ethic towards the things that are moving the needle. Not just your work ethic at your job, but the work ethic of keeping relationships, the work ethic of keeping your health, the work ethic of getting closer in your spiritual life, the work ethic of fixing your finances, right? The work, the personal development work. How many books have you read? How many podcasts have you listened to? How many sermons? How many TED Talks? How much are you consuming? Where's your work ethic in all of these? How late do you stay up chasing your dreams, chasing your vision? You have to evaluate this stuff as we're heading into a new year, y'all. Again, at the end of the day, how you end this year is how you're going to start next year. So we got to end this year focused on the things that are helping us move the needle, focused on the things that are helping us get to that life we don't need a break from. Hard work is the key. I wrote down, what do you do after you fail? What do you do after you fail? What do you do after the thing doesn't work out the way you want to? What do you do after you write all the stuff down and then it doesn't happen for you? What do you do when you keep trying something and then all of a sudden it didn't go the way you thought it would go? What do you do after you fail? Is this an area in 2026 we have to pay attention to? Do we need more resilience? Do we need more grit? Do we need more stick-to-itiveness? Do we need to be able to speak better to ourselves so those doubts and fears and things that start creeping in, they actually don't bother us? We know how to talk them away. We know that they're not real. What do you do after you fail? For us, for you that's going after your ideal life, quitting is not an option. Starting and stopping is not an option. You have to continue to go, continue to move, continue to put the pieces together, continue to learn, continue to consume new things, right? Like it's a constant, we're still moving. What do you do after you fail? We are not stopping. We're not quitting. You got to continue to go. And the last thing I wrote down is yes, you can. And yes, you must. Something Michelle Obama in there said, her mentors and right people in her life, teachers, right, whatever it was, would always say, right, like if she started to have that self-doubt, started to have that, should I be here? Am I worth it? Am I in the right room? All that noise that happens in your head. She said she had well-meaning people around her say, yes, you can, and yes, you must. Right? Like, yes, you can do this, and you have to do this. That would be my challenge to all of you, my encouragement to all of you, in whatever the areas are. Yes, you can, and you must. Like, you have to do this. Like, you have to get better in your finances. You have to get better in your health life. You have to get more connected spiritually. You have to build better relationships. Like, you can. It's going to be hard, and you have to do this. This is how we get to the life you don't need a break from. I always tell y'all this talk is not for everybody. Not everyone wants to grow. Not everyone wants to learn. Not everyone wants to become better. Some people are just happy being where they are, totally fine with them. Not for us. If that's not you, if you're not the person that's comfortable being exactly where you are, there's more things that you want to make happen, more things that you know that are out there, then you have to start abiding by some of these things. You got to start doing what you know. We got to start being intentional about getting ahead in the areas, working hard in the areas that we know we need to improve. We get another opportunity at this thing. I chose this um, this chapter, champions know security is a perception. Not quite sure. When I was thinking about it, it just felt like this correlated. But either way, I just want from that talk, from this conversation of Michelle Obama talking about basically you being able to own your life, knowing that you can go out and make something happen, knowing that you can and you must make these things happen, knowing that it takes hard work, knowing that it takes you practicing becoming the best version of yourself, practicing becoming that next version of you, right? All of those things. In this chapter, security is a perception. We always hear that fact that, like, oh, I have job security or security at your job. But technically, security is betting on you. And that's what a lot of this does. When you start becoming more confident and knowing yourself and practicing who you say you want to be, and getting up every time you fail or you get knocked down, putting in the hard work, you're actually just betting on you. And this is what makes it tough for most people, because if we don't put in these things, it's hard to bet on ourselves. It's hard to bet on ourselves. But here's what it says in the text. It says the endless quest for security is the plague of the middle class level of consciousness. Security is an illusion used to ease the late nights of worry and concern about the future. The world class knows there are only two facts in which you can be secure. All of us were born and all of us will die. Everything that happens in between these two dates is up for grabs. These realities invoke terror in the hearts of amateurs, but are liberating to champions because they are indisputable. May not be comforting, but it's the reality. One of the hallmarks of the great ones is their ability to deal in straightforward and simple truths. Give it to them just as it is, without any spin. This fulfills their need to work from a point of objective reality so they can devise a solid plan of action based on fact. Average performers cringe at the thought of not having security, but instead of evolving to a higher level of conscious awareness, most choose to delude themselves into a false sense of security. It's no wonder amateurs are no match for pros. It's not even a level playing field. Champions are motivated by the idea that their security is in their ability to perform. Say that again. Champions are motivated by the idea that their security is in their ability to perform. The great ones live for challenge, and often they love the battle for the prize more than the prize itself. They love the battle because they expect to win, and their positive expectation continues to grow with each subsequent victory. The world class knows that if any form of security exists in the universe, it is within their thoughts. They are willing to court doubt and darkness along the road to enlightenment. Intrinsic things, extrinsic things, like money will never make you feel secure unless you are secure on the inside, unless you believe you have the ability to deal with whatever happens between your birthday and your death day. If this world class thought process exists, almost anything from a teddy bear to $1 million will enhance your feeling of security. If you don't have it, $1 billion won't make you feel secure. Security is simply a perception, and the great ones have always known it. Champions are motivated by the idea that their security is in their ability to perform. You should be motivated by the fact that not your job is keeping you secure, not anything outside of you is keeping you secure, the money, all the stuff, none of those things. It is your ability that keeps you secure, your ability to perform, your ability to have confidence, your ability to write your vision, to execute on it, to work on your personal growth, personal development. Like, it's on you. That's where your security comes in. Again, not about the job, not about anything external. It's about what's internal. And the more that you understand this, the more you start to grasp and go after the life you deserve, because you're betting on you. You're betting on you. You're betting on your knowledge. You're betting on your resources. You're betting on your resourcefulness. You're betting on your spiritual strength. You're betting on your mindset. Like, you're betting on you. And that's where the security comes in. And that's what we have to learn if we want to go off next year and design our ideal life, take our lives to the next level, change any area of your life, your health life, your finances, your relationships, your spiritual life, like any of the things You got to, if you're going to take ownership of them, you got to bet on you. You got to bet on you. You got to know that you are capable, that you have what's in you to make this happen, to make the life of your dreams come true. Starts with a vision, starts with you writing things down, getting very clear on the direction you're headed. Then once you know the direction you're headed, you have to start practicing being that person that has all the things that you want. But you can practice it from an internal place. It's not when the money comes that you'll feel more safe. It's not when the money comes that then you'll be able to take a breather. It doesn't come that way, right? Like you'll continue whatever you're feeling now, with or without money, you'll continue to feel. So you got to know what you want to feel and start to embody that. You want to start to embody someone that has peace, that feels abundance, that feels gratitude. Practice that every day. It's a practice. You don't have to see it just to practice it. You can practice it. If you want to know what it's like to be generous, you can practice being generous. It's not just when the money comes. If you want to know what it's like to move around in your health life properly, right, where you can run and jump and do all the things that you might want to do, practice it. Practice it. But you have the ability to do all those things. You have the ability to do it. And now we just have to understand that that's where your security lies, in your abilities. God has brought you this far. He's not just going to leave you here. All the lessons that you've learned, all the things that you've picked up along the way. Some of that have gone into your belief system, and some of those things we have to unlearn and relearn to get a new result. The way you've thought about things, the information you've picked up, the observations that you've had got you exactly to this place of where you are in life currently. Now we want to get to the next place. We write down the vision. We know exactly where we want to go. We start to practice that person that we want to become. We start to change what's going in our eye gates and our ear gates. We change what we're watching. We change what we start listening to. We start reprogramming ourselves. We take ourselves back to school, not necessarily into the institution, but back into learning, back what it was like to be a fifth grader and learn something new, a fourth grader and learn something new, a 10th grader and learn something new. As an adult, you need to do the same thing. You probably need to learn something new about relationships. You probably need to learn something new about health. Probably need to learn something new about money that you didn't know. Probably need to learn something new about yourself, about psychology, about your mindset, about where things, like how things operate. You probably need to learn. Because now you take in new information, you start learning new things. It'll change what you believe to be true. It'll change your belief system. Once you change that, you'll start to now change your actions and your habits. You'll start to feel differently, and then you'll start to get new outcomes. The things in your finances will change if you took in new information about money. The things in your health life would change if you started taking in new things about health. The things in your relationship would change. You guys get this. If you just change what you're putting in, you'll change what you're getting out. And so that's the process of getting to your ideal life. Knowing that you're capable, knowing that it's possible, knowing that you can do this and that you have to do this because you're getting the information. And know that the security comes in you betting on you. This quote here says, when you know you're capable of dealing with whatever comes, you have the only security that the world has to offer. Right? When you know you can handle what's up ahead. There's nothing that life is going to throw you that's going to knock you off. Of course, you might get knocked back. You might stumble a little bit, but you're not getting knocked down again. You're not getting knocked out again. You're getting yourself right back up. You've seen this way too many times. And now we're more mentally, emotionally, spiritually stronger to handle what's up ahead. That's what you need to be doing every single day. Every single day, you're waking up and you're getting mentally, emotionally, spiritually stronger to handle what's up ahead. People are counting on you to handle it. Life doesn't get easier. We get stronger. So it's time to get stronger. I love you guys. I want you to win. You deserve to win. Your families deserve it. Go out today. Do something that scares you on this Monday so we can come back here on Wednesday knowing that we've grown, knowing that we've pushed ourselves out of our comfort zone, and we're going to continue that momentum throughout the rest of the year. All right, y'all. Love you guys. See you Wednesday.